You're watching Celtics Today. We're getting you guys the latest Celtics news and rumors after the 2023 NBA draft. What a wild night it was. We're going to recap last night's draft, also tell you which trade almost happened but didn't happen. Very interesting subject we're going to hit on later in today's show. It's been an interesting 2 days, right? You lose Marcus Smart, you get Kristaps Porzingis, you make 4 trades on draft night, you pick Jordan Walsh. How are you guys feeling after the last 2 days? Air it out. This is a safe space. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section. The reaction here from Celtics fans in the last 2 days has been really interesting. A lot of people obviously happy about Kristaps. Others not so happy about losing Marcus Smart. I know some people not crazy about the way last night went, the Celtics making all those trades. Let me know, how do you feel about the last 2 days? Got some news as far as the Celtics Summer League roster is concerned. Mychal Mulder will play Summer League with the Boston Celtics, says Keith Smith, NBA. A source tells Spotrac. Mulder has a year of two-way eligibility left. He's a shooter and could be a mix for more than just a Summer League spot with Boston. Could translate into a camp deal, into a G League spot, or maybe even a two-way spot, So Mulder, we do know he is going to be playing the Summer League with the C's. He's not your typical, sign him for the Summer League day after the draft type of guy. The guy's 29 years old. He's a vet. He has played professional basketball for a long time. As of right now, the Celtics have not signed any UDFAs. That's a little bit surprising. A lot of teams maybe have just signed 1 or 2 guys. The Celtics have not signed anyone yet. I think that's going to change over the weekend. We'll have you covered if the Celtics make a move on that front. And if they sign some UDFAs, they'll be playing the Summer League with the C's. We did receive the Summer League schedule today on July 8th, and all these times are Eastern time at 3 o'clock. They will face producer Nick Roloff's Miami Heat. That is going to be a lot of fun to watch. The next day, they play the Washington Wizards. They, of course, just made that big trade with the Wizards the other day. Then on the 12th, they'll play the Lakers, and in that Summer League finale, they will face the New York Knicks. So Heat, Wizards, Lakers, and Knicks are the 4 Summer League games that we are going to see. How excited are y'all about the Summer League? Scale it 1 to 10 down in the comments section. I'm excited to watch Jordan Walsh. I'm excited to see what he can do in the Summer League. We'll talk more about that draft pick here in a second. I think people that are like super into Summer League may be with teams that, have higher picks like the Rockets, the Pistons, the Spurs. But let me know, how excited are you about the Summer League? I'm just excited to watch hoops again, man. That's going to be a lot of fun here. 2 weeks away from the 2023 NBA Summer League. Of course, the draft is last night. We are going to recap this year's draft. It was a crazy night to be a Celtics fan. It felt like every single time the Celtics were on the clock, they traded back, and after trading back a few times, they finally made a selection in the second round at pick number 38, and that selection was Arkansas wing Jordan Walsh. Now, the scoring numbers, nothing crazy, but he is known for being a high-energy defensive guy. 7.1 points per game with the Hogs last season in his freshman year, so he was a one-and-done. 1.1 steals per game, 43.3% from the floor, 27.8% from three-point range for Jordan Walsh at Arkansas last season. He wasn't in our draft targets video yesterday because I knew this guy was not going to be an option probably at pick 25. However, the Celtics traded back a couple times. They end up selecting him with the 38th pick in the draft. So the draft is now in the rearview mirror, so we are looking ahead to the 2023 NBA free agency madness. It is going to be a wild couple of weeks here if you're Boston. It's already been a crazy couple of days, but the C's are going to continue to be aggressive. We're going to have you covered during free agency here on the channel, so be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, set notifications to all. Hit that noti bell, set noties to all, so you get an alert on your phone whenever we put out a video, whenever we go live. It's the best way to stay in the loop with our channel and the best way to stay in the loop with C's. Going back to the draft, though, the Celtics made multiple trades last night. So they acquired the 25th overall pick. in the Marcus Smart trade from Memphis. I think their guy, Olivier Maxence Prosper, was taken right before that pick. I think that's who they wanted to go with. So when the Mavericks traded back into the draft to get him at pick 24, the Celtics traded back as the Pistons trade up for Marcus Sasser. Celtics got pick number 31 and future second-round picks. Then they traded pick 31, James Naji. The Hornets going up to get him, the Nigerian center who spent last season in Barcelona. Celtics got 2 second-round picks, 34 and 39. So we're like, okay, third time's a charm. Celtics are going to pick at 34, right? They did not. Colby Jones being picked by the Sacramento Kings here. Kings going up a couple spots. Celtics got pick number 38 and a future second-round pick. They did use that second-round pick that they got, pick number 38, on Jordan Walsh. They got pick number 39, if you remember, from the Hornets, but they traded that to the Hawks. And last night we didn't know the details of what the Celtics got here. They got a future second-round pick. That's it. So a little bit disappointing, all the trades the Celtics made last night, and yet they only had one draft pick, but they have a plethora of second-round picks for years to come. Of course, the big trade they made was on Thursday. I guess it was Wednesday night at this point. Wednesday night. Celtics received Kristaps Porzingis, a 2023 first, which they then traded for multiple seconds, and then the Warriors' first-round pick next year. Wizards got Tyus Jones, Danilo Gallinari, Mike Muscala, pick number 35. The Grizzlies got Marcus Smart. So it was a wild day. We originally thought it was going to be Malcolm Brogdon going to the Clippers in a 3-team deal. Then the Clippers backed out because they were worried about his medical situation. In fact, it was reported that LA backed out because there was not enough time to conduct a physical. The teams were kind of against the clock here because Kristaps Porzingis had a deadline to opt into the final year of his deal. In order for this trade to work, Kristaps had to opt in. Clippers said, we're out. We don't have enough time to do our background checks on Malcolm Brogdon. And so the Grizzlies entered the chat, if you will, as the kids say, and got Marcus Smart here in this deal, which was just very, very tough that you lose Marcus Smart here. Apparently, though, the Celtics were close to having the Warriors as the third team in this deal and acquiring Jordan Poole from Golden State. Here is what Jake Fischer of Yahoo Sports said about that. There were also conversations between Golden State and Boston, sources said, about sending Poole to the Celtics before Boston went forward and traded Marcus Smart in the 3-team trade with the Grizzlies that brought Kristaps Porzingis to TD Garden. Taking a look at the numbers here for Poole last season in Golden State, I mean, pretty good numbers. And yeah, people were clowning him for his playoff performance. But this guy was pretty good in the regular season after receiving that contract extension last offseason. 20 points per game. He shot 43% from the floor, 34% from three-point range. Would you have wanted Jordan Poole? Y for yes, N for no, down in the comments section. I think Jordan Poole a little bit better than people are giving him credit for right now. Yeah, he did not look good in the playoffs, but he's been a good player in his career. I still think I would prefer Porzingis over Poole, though, if that's what the debate was, either trading for Porzingis or Poole. Marcus Smart did get shipped to Memphis, like I mentioned earlier. Marcus Smart actually just put out a very classy statement on Twitter right before we started filming. Brad Stevens was asked about this trade last night in his post-draft press conference. Here's what he said. He was very emotional. Marcus, as I told him, when he got here, we were 25 and 57 the year before. And the greatest legacy you can leave is to be someplace and it's better off, to leave someplace and it's better off because you were there. And I think that everyone here feels that way. I think that we will always be appreciated and thought of so fondly here for a number of reasons. I think he will always be. We're all very grateful to have had Marcus in our life for as long as we've had, and are sad to see him go. But no, he's going to have a huge impact on a really good Memphis team. It's very difficult conversations, really hard to do, but he'll always have Boston for sure. I think Boston really appreciates him, and certainly I do, and he knows we'll do anything for him. I can't imagine how hard this was for Brad Stevens to do. Like he said, they were excited about acquiring Porzingis, but it came at the expense of having to give up Marcus Smart after the Clippers backed out of this deal. Keep in mind, Brad Stevens coached Marcus Smart for many years. Brad Stevens doesn't remember the Celtics without Marcus Smart. So I can't imagine how tough this was for Brad to do. Those two are apparently very, very close. Again, Marcus Smart putting out a statement on Twitter. I will read some parts of this. He says, "Where do I even begin? As I start to think about the last 9 years, I have a lot of emotions running through me. I came to Boston as a naive kid from Dallas, not really knowing what to expect." And he also said, "I grew up here, met some of my best friends here. I'll never forget my time here. Unfortunately, we didn't get that 18th banner, but I'm very, very proud of the success we had. I can't wait to get to Memphis to get started." I mean, classy as always from Marcus. We're really going to miss him, man. Show Marcus Smart some love. Type 36 down in the comments section for number 36. Type 36 to show some love to Marcus Smart, who had a phenomenal 9-year run in Boston. Next Friday, free agency begins. Hard to believe we are a week away from 2023 NBA free agency. We're going to have you covered, so make sure you subscribe to the channel.